Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the third grade concept of the relationship between multiplication and division. This is standard 3.4J in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 11 of the 2022 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a number sentence. It's got a missing number, but we need to find a related number sentence here. You notice we've got a division sentence here, and there's nothing here that is division. So we're not just looking necessarily for the answer. We're looking for a related sentence. So let's see what this is. 12 divided by 2. Okay, so if I were to draw this in a strip diagram, this is what it would look like, right? So we have, this is our big number, right? So it's got a fancy name. It's the dividend. We could also do it like this, right? So there's your dividend. It's right there. Okay, that's going to be your total. So when we're looking at strip diagrams, part wholes, we're always looking at the total up on top. So your divisor, right, is going to be either how many groups or how many is in each group. We don't really have a word problem to know which one it is. So let's just say how many groups. That'll be a little bit easier. So if I wanted to do how many groups, right, I would just draw this because I've got two groups. If it was how many groups of 2, right, then it would just kind of look like this. I would just put my 2, and then I would just do a question mark. Right, so it could be either one of those two. Now, the question is, well, first off, what goes in that missing box? And then how can we use that to find a related number sentence, right? So let's look at this first one right here. We can look at that second one in a second. Okay, so 12 into 2 equal groups. We need to be thinking, okay, if I take 12, right, and I break it up into 2 groups, let me just do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so I've got my 12, and I split them into 2 equal groups. How many is going to be in each group? Well, you see, I got 6. Okay, so 6 and 6. So does 6 plus 6, yep, that makes 12. But I don't see a 6 plus 6. Well, we need to be thinking, yes, we can do addition, but we can also do 6 and 6 can also be 2 groups of 6. Okay, so if I did 2 groups of 6, then that would be 6 multiplied by 2, right? So 2 groups of 6, that's what this shows right here, is 2 groups of 6. Now, I don't necessarily see this. I see something very similar. Now, is that going to be the same thing? That's 6 groups of 2. So that looks like that's using more of this one, right? So how many groups of 2 does it take? Okay, so if I were to do my 12, and if I were to do groups of 2, they want me to do 6. Okay, so let me just kind of do it like this here. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, okay. So this represents 6 groups of 2. So that kind of represents this strip diagram right here. And that also makes 12. So I can do 2 groups of 6 or 6 groups of 2. Really, either one of these work because there's a property, it's called the commutative property of multiplication, that lets you put the factors in any order. 2 times 6, 6 times 2, same thing. So our answer here is B.